3rd and 10 at the Charger 25. Minute 32 in the game. Herbert back. Pressure coming again. Throws it out. Intercepted. Gilmore jumped in at the Los Angeles 32. And you can credit the pressure for that one.
Stephon Gilmore, former Defensive Player of the Year, calls game. An INT seals it for the Dallas Cowboys, and they get the win out in SoFi Stadium. 20-17, the final out on the West Coast, the same exact final score in 2021. It's Victory Tuesday over here at the Star. Welcome into Cowboys Flashback. I'm Nicole Hutchison. Now, the Dallas Cowboys handle business Monday night, their 50th Monday Night Football win in franchise history, and the Cowboys are back in the win column, 4-2 in the season. Down to the wire, Brandon Aubrey perfect on the season in field goals, but the Cowboys puts up 3 at the 2-minute mark, and the Chargers without any timeouts left, and the Dallas Cowboys defense answers the call. Micah Parsons sacks Justin Herbert to force a 3rd and long. Gilmore with his 2nd interception of the year. It wasn't pretty, a slow start defensively, a slugfest offensively, but all the noise deaded right now. The Cowboys are now 10-1 in weeks following a loss since the start of the 2021 season, the highest winning percentage among NFL teams in weeks following a loss during that span. Complimentary football is what head coach Mike McCarthy asked for. Complimentary football is what Mike McCarthy got.
Felt like we've done enough talking, a lot of talking this week, so they've been quiet, they worked hard, did a good job. I mean, this was a bumpy night, 20 penalties and the up and down this, but, I just love their resilience and fight, and, we came out on top.
Mike Todd, Archer, the ESPN. I know it was last year's theme, but you used the word resilience. Is that what you took out of this one with how both sides of the ball were able to overcome the other team, maybe themselves a little bit, and make plays when they mattered most?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is, part of the definition of a complementary football team. The offense picks up for the defense picks up for the, for the offense and special teams all the way around. So, there's plays that need to be made, especially down the stretch. And it was, it was a bumpy game out there. There's 20, 21 penalties called, a lot of back and forth, a lot of resetting your jaw and just keep fighting. And I thought our men did a really good job there.
I'm very impressed, of course. Obviously we came out with a dub. He's much more focused. And that's as a team, we do our part to, make him look as good as he should be.
You express a lot of confidence in yourself. How important is it to have these kind of performances where you also show just, what you're capable of doing?
When things go good or bad, I'm still confident in myself. Like I said before, I like me versus anybody and man-to-man. So just coming out here and being able to provide for my team and contribute to a win is probably the best thing, for me. And I feel like I'm definitely an impactful player. So for us to get this going early and get me involved early was very important.
The Cowboys make the adjustments down the stretch and get the win. A sigh of relief here at the Star now. But when we come back, we're breaking down the best of the offense and defense. Stay with us right here on Cowboys Flashback.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys offense comes alive in SoFi Stadium, and Dak Prescott got the night going with an 18-yard touchdown run, the longest of his career and the longest since John Kitna against the Detroit Lions in 2010. Great instincts from the QB1 Monday night. Still not the best performance from this group, but a step in the right direction from Dak Prescott. 21 of 30 for 272 yards. He accounted for 312 of the 368 offensive yards produced by the Cowboys. His 40 rushing yards led the team. No interceptions Monday night, no fumbles, all action.
A little bit of maybe a conscious effort by myself, just coming off of last week, realizing that maybe that's something I could use, we could use in this sense. And then obviously, I mean, those guys had some great coverage at the beginning of the play, and Mike always is preaching about the 2.3, and guys did a great job of coming open after it, staying alive. Offensive line, keeping their bodies on someone, giving me a chance to get out in different lanes, and so kind of how it played, but I think it's something that can benefit us.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. That 60-yard reception to Pollard, was that an example of your night overall offensively? Like you about to get sacked and then somehow you get a pass off to Tony and it makes a big play?
Yeah, I don't know if I was about to get sacked there or rather I just moved. I don't think anybody touched me. But was I?
I think you got out of a sack.
I broke a tackle there?
Yeah, you spun out of it.
Yeah, sure. Or I just turned right and came back left. It happens fast. It happens.
All right, Michael Vick.
No, I ain't that fast. I react just playing and reacting, I guess. But yeah, in a sense, I mean, as I just said, that's a resilient play then, honestly, especially if I, you know what I mean, got out of a tackle there. And Tony doing a great job of getting open, finding the window. As I got out, I saw, some grass in front of me to potentially run, but always just trying to keep my eyes downfield, look back, looking for a tight end or a receiver coming across, and here comes Tony out of the backfield and threw it to him, and then he went and got a lot more than the play that I made. So almost scored. I guarantee if he realizes there's a guy to the right that he does score. But huge play, big play in the game.
Mike McCarthy was in his bag Monday night, opening up this offense. CeeDee Lamb led the way with 7 receptions and 117 yards. So explosive and reminding the world of his abilities. Dak Prescott got Tony Pollard involved in the passing game as well. But the guy of the night, Brandon Cooks, my goodness, a perfect 4 catches on 4 targets for 36 yards and his first touchdown as a Dallas Cowboy.
No, I just say this is always the toughest play call to me on second down. Do you run it, figuring you'll get 3 more cracks?
Or you're going to throw it. Good block in the backfield. Prescott left side of the end zone. Brandon Cooks caught it. Touchdown. Cooks calling everybody over to help in the celebration.
No, I think it's just the same. Like I always say, I was just trusting the process. Went out there, had a hard week of practice, worked hard, and then like I always say, when the opportunity shows, I just have to take advantage of that. And Dak trusted me tonight, and I just want to keep that going. Yeah, no, it felt good. It's been a while, but at the end of the day, the ball found me, and like I said, great throw by Dak and trusting me. So I'm thankful for sure.
Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, they got schooled in week 5, but they flipped the script in week 6. A little shaky early, but they made plays when it mattered. The Cowboys shut down the Chargers' run game, holding Austin Eckler to just 27 yards. This unit went back to their true identity, pressuring the quarterback, and this Dallas Cowboys defense made Justin Herbert absolutely uncomfortable. What a night for Marquise Bell, though. The safety out of FAMU's asked to step up to help fill the void of Leighton Vander Esch in the second level, and he made his presence known, flying all over the field. A season-high 7 tackles, 5 solo, and a pass breakup. Now, this defense only gave up 14 offensive points. And Gilly and Micah feeling good about the Monday night dub.
Always. Anytime I get opportunity in the game, I'm waiting for them. I feel like that's my moment. That's when my teammates is looking for me the most. And it's always feels good to come up big for them.
Were you getting frustrated that you didn't get there beforehand?
Not frustrated, but nature of the beast, getting chips, double teams, slides, and things like that. You just gotta be patient, wait for your opportunities.
After last week, how much was it just get a win, any kind of win?
It wasn't even just about getting a win. It's just about getting back on track, getting to our destiny and where we want to be.
Was there more linebacker in this game? It looked like they were playing more. Was that something that was kind of noticeable? Or?
Yeah, it's just getting to move me around so I can make plays and things like that. Utilizing me to my superpower, and that's just running and doing what I do best.
How does it feel to go to the bye week with a win like this, knowing that you avoid 3-3 and you get to 4-2?
It feels good. Now it's just everybody just get ready and come strong at the bye week because we got a tough Rams team.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It ain't always going to be perfect. You got to be able to learn from your mistakes and, put it behind you and get better each week.
Stephon, how different is the bye coming off a win like this as opposed to how you were feeling just a couple days ago after last week? How different does it feel now?
It feels good. You never want to go into a bye week with a loss. So, we was happy we was able to come out with a win. So, we just got to, get healthy, clean some stuff up that we don't do well, and go from there.
Well, still more to come. Dallas Cowboys host, the one and only Kyle Youmans, joins the show with his players that stood out the most Monday night. All that right here on Cowboys Flashback. We'll be right back.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome into Cowboys Flashback. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside the GOAT. I'm kicking it with Kyle Youmans, y'all, Dallas Cowboys TV host and reporter. Now, Kyle, huge win for the Dallas Cowboys Monday night, right? I mean, this has got to be some great momentum heading into this bye week. What'd you like offensively? What player stood out to you, man?
Well, I think it starts with Dak Prescott. It's got to, right? The way that he was able to utilize his legs and then the mobility of getting outside the pocket and throwing downfield was certainly something that the Cowboys have been looking for out of their leader throughout. And it's great to see Dak Prescott really play the way that he did in this game because it shows that there's confidence and there's offensive confidence moving in the right direction. Not only did he find CeeDee Lamb for 117 yards, but he found Brandon Cooks for a touchdown. He got the tight end involved a couple different times. He threw it to Tony Pollard, and then Tony Pollard did some great work as well, including that crucial 60-yarder down the stretch in that fourth quarter as well. So I like the way that he spread the rock around. He was able to make connections with his wide receivers. I think the one thing that would be a knock is the offensive line. They had some pressure on Dak Prescott throughout. It forced him to use his legs, which I think kept the Chargers defense honest, but also the connection with Michael Gallup. That's something I want to see continue to get better as the season goes along.
This offensive line is still getting those reps in, right? Only 2 weeks together. Hopefully they can continue to still build that rapport. But defensively, who stood out to you the most as well?
Ooh, defensively is a little bit tougher because the defense played really well, holding Austin Eckler to just the 27 yards and less than 2 yards per carry. But I'm going to talk about the interior of the defensive line. Guys like Jonathan Hankins, Osa Odighizuwa, and the way that they were able to slow down these weapons on the interior and continue to put pressure on Justin Herbert. It was a welcome sight, no doubt about it. Sure, the secondary guys played well. I liked what Deron Bland did. Stephon Gilmore had the game-sealing interception. But what the defense did on Monday Night Football against L.A., it started on the interior. It was guys like Hankins and Osa Odighizuwa that really set the tone defensively, and the rest of the guys followed around them.
They certainly set the tone. Now they've got a bye week. Then they have the Rams here at home. A big win for them, giving them the confidence they need heading into that game. But Kyle, thank you so much. Kicking it with Kyle Youmans. Guys, we'll be right back with George Teague right after the break.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
It is Victory Tuesday here at the Star. The Dallas Cowboys now 4-2 in the season. Great game by them on a Monday night, prime time. It feels much better than last week coming into this game. Obviously, really exciting for them to get this dub. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I know it's a sigh of relief for everybody here at the Star.
Well, I can tell you how I'm feeling. Did you see me dancing when the music came on for the show? Because I am feeling good on this Victory Tuesday because so many different things that we can highlight. Even though maybe some people want to say, well, we didn't do enough in certain areas. You know what? A win is a win, and we're going to take it.
Yeah, a win is a win, but we got to start with this offense, right? Dak Prescott obviously highlighting the day, kind of caught me by surprise, showing off his legs. What did you see from him scoring that 18-yard touchdown run to opening that game?
You know what? Dak Prescott had a tremendous game all the way around, but the one play that I want to talk about here is we've been talking about counter series over the past couple of weeks. If you want to see them, make sure you go back to DallasCowboys.com, pull up Cowboys Flashback so you can see those plays. But what Mike McCarthy is doing is being able to add on to the playbook. So he added the read to the counter this time. So I want you to be able to look at these two guys, right? Two on defense, and watch our center who has to block back. So this is pretty complicated on what happens from the offense and defense, right? But when you get ready to run the play, you'll see that Dak is reading number 45. If he chases down to Pollard, that is an automatic pull read, which he does, and he starts to take off, and he scampers for an 18-yard touchdown. It's so great to be able to see him use his legs and make a big touchdown run. His first touchdown run of the season.
And longest touchdown run of his career. But switching over to that defensive side of the ball, Marquise Bell, obviously huge night for him. I know he was asked a lot since Leighton Vander Esch is out, so they're needing a lot more guys to step up in that second and third level. Marquise Bell, obviously, being a guy who can kind of play that hybrid position. What did you see from him?
Well, first of all, he had a tremendous ball game. A lot of great plays, and we do want to talk about that. So, look, can we just kind of talk about what he did a little bit?
Of course.
Right. So, we've been talking about what duo blocks are, doubling up on the linebacker, right? Which they were trying to double up to Marquise Bell. They couldn't. So let me talk to you about it. So 2 offensive linemen, the guard and the tackle. We are designed to have to take a lineman up to the linebacker. If the linebacker was to go left, she would come off and take him. Remember that when we get ready to watch it, right? If the linebacker was to go to my right, I would come off and take him. So let's draw this up for you. So if you look, these 2 guys are going to double up to him. These 2 are doubling up to him. So this gentleman right here, Marquise Bell, does a tremendous job of getting off the spot really fast and getting back here to tackle this guy at the line of scrimmage. So when you watch this, you can see the left guard is trying to look for him, but you know what? Boom. He's about as slow as we were. He's about as slow as we were, and he couldn't get up there to make the block on Marquise.
Huge night for this defense. An offense obviously coming in that's averaging 27 points a game. This defense held them to just 17 on Monday night. But just talking about another guy who was really special, Deron Bland. He'd been kind of quiet the past 2 weekends since the Patriots, but he really had a big night on Monday. What'd you see from him?
He could have made up a whole lot of noise.
Yeah.
Because he had some tremendous coverages. And this play I want to be able to talk about. Man, I love corner play. I know he's played some nickel and some things like this, but this is one where Deron Bland has man-to-man technique from off. This is really, really hard to do, okay, because he has inside leverage on the wide receiver. He has to stay there. So this is called a clue technique, right, where that guy stems inside. He has to backpedal inside. The goal is to try to keep your shoulders as square as possible all the way through where you don't turn, then get your eyes back to the quarterback. He makes a tremendous break. Now, I know he didn't make the catch and all this kind of stuff, but these are the type of plays that make him elite and has allowed him to be one of the leading interception guys in the league.
Most definitely. But we got to go back to Marquise Bell, right? 7 tackles. He spent the last season on the practice squad, played 5 games, made some 5 appearances, but now he's back making a big name for himself. What did you like from him again on this play right here?
I was jumping through the TV screen with this dude, man, because he was getting downhill, doing all kind of stuff. And this play is so hard right here. So then we're man-to-man, right? Man-to-man coverage on the goal line, so it's very short to this. So what I need you to see again, this is Marquise, and he has to make a decision of does he go underneath these defensive backs or over, all right, on this route. That's the really important thing that you guys need to see. So when you see this play develop, he has no choice but to go over. Now right about here, he knows he's in a world of hurt because he's got to tackle Austin Eckler by himself. Stop it right there for a second. This is the critical moment where when tackling comes, you have to be able to tackle with the same foot, same shoulder. So he delivers the blow with his right foot and his right shoulder. Bam! Oh, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Put him on the ground, hold him short for a big play for our defense.
Yeah, they held Austin Eckler to 14 carries for 27 yards. That was
I'm talking about, man. Yes, sir.
I mean, if you had to give your game ball to somebody, who would it be?
Oh, well, maybe you can tell by the plays that I picked. Give me number 14 because you don't know what to expect when you lose someone like LVE, but he answered the call.
Well, listen, we got a bye week, some time to rest up for the next week, home game against the Rams. And when we come back, we're breaking down what we have next coming up for you guys, coming up right after the break here on Cowboys Flashback. Stick with it.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
A much-needed win for the Dallas Cowboys in Week 6, and it was a nail-biter down the stretch, heading into the bye week with a 4-2 record, all three phases coming together. Offense finally finding a groove, putting together drives, and defense back to playing physical and dominant at all three levels. Brandon Aubrey, a perfect 2 for 2 in the kicking game. Now 20 first downs, a big jump from just the 8 against the San Francisco 49ers in Week 5. The Cowboys scored on 2 of their 4 trips in the red zone, so still some work needed there, and penalties were just an issue Monday night as well. The Cowboys picked up 11 penalties for 85 yards. Something to clean up heading into the bye week, but Cowboys Nation, finally a sigh of relief. We've got 2 weeks until we see some more action. The Cowboys are at home against the Rams October 29th for a noon kickoff. We'll see you back here on Cowboys Flashback in 2 weeks.